Today, I have a very special game for you guys. This is Alan Wake 2. Alan Wake 2. Alan Wake 2. Final draft. Now, from what I've read, apparently the final draft and the regular game are not exactly the same. The story is slightly different. The way the game is played is slightly different, so technically this would be basically like you playing kind of a whole new experience. At least we're gonna play it on nightmare mode. So you know, strap in, get your potato chips, you know, get you a nice little, you know, pop soda, and you know, enjoy. Oh man, it's actually crazy. It started snowing this late this night. I just got up, so I just woke up.
Memory of the past loop already fading fast, but while it lingers, I know there's hope. We're not doomed to repeat our failures in an eternal loop. This is a spiral.
Did they just say this is an eternal loop?
A fictional poet once said, "Beyond the shadow you settle for, there is a miracle illuminated. I will not settle for a shadow. I'll find the miracle through the night."
I actually wish they would come out with a new game plus mode for Cyberpunk 2077. They came out with the DLC. I have yet to play that. I do plan on recording that for you guys, but that's going to be sometime down the road, or after we get done with these three little Let's Plays. I got 3 projects going on right now. I have the Spider-Man project going on right now, which I'm going to record after this video, or the next day tomorrow, or later today, or after that. And then I have this project going on, and I have the NBA 2K project going on. And once I get done with one of these 3 projects, then I'll add in the Cyberpunk project. And I'm planning on maybe adding in also doing the Call of Duty project. So here we are. Alan Wake, ladies and gentlemen, Alan Wake. Now, generally when I play these type of games, I generally like to put the brightness down as much as possible. I think it gives you a very much more scarier atmosphere. I did it with Alien Isolation. That's a game I've never beaten, and I would be tempted to play that game, recording it for you guys, if you guys want to see that. But I've never beaten that game because that game really does scare the crap out of me. But anyway, back on topic. I do like to play games, you know, especially horror games. I like to drop the brightness low. Batman is one of the games I wouldn't consider a horror game, but I drop the brightness low for that because I feel like it fits the atmosphere very well. But obviously, you know, I'm tweaking because, you know, I try to drop the brightness low and can't see. So, but anyway, so Alan Wake is looking pretty decent. So, creative director Sam Lake created Alan Wake. I think it's cool. I played a couple of his games. I've played, you know, the Max Payne series, Control, which you guys are gonna see a little bit of. I think if you guys have paid attention a little bit to the story, like I like reading this stuff, so I like, you know, reading background, reading like, you know, the I forget the word that I'm looking for, but I like to like you know, like I like to read into stuff, so I kind of know that Control and Alan Wake have like a connection. Other than the fact that if you played the DLC for Control, if you've ever played Control, you would really know. I can't see, bro. I don't even know where I'm going. Do you hear that? Okay, so this part I kind of do remember. Yeah, you got these guys just in here. Look at how they are. No, no. Run, 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 run. Yo, y'all need to stop shooting. All right, we need to go like this. Keep going. You need better cardio, dude. That's crazy. There's two of them. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Yo, that's crazy. That's something new. Last time there was one dude, not two of them. Crazy. Man, what are y'all doing to Buddy, dude? Alright, bro. Y'all ain't gotta strap him down, bro. Now, here's my question. I don't know if he's still alive. Jesus Christ. Yo, he's still alive? Oh my god. Yo, that's nasty, dude. Oh, come on, bro. What is that? He was alive when y'all cut the heart out, bro. Y'all better run, run. Run, 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 run. That's disgusting. He was alive when they cut the heart out, bro. You know the craziest part about that, dude? I could have sworn we were stabbed in the chest like 3 or 4 times. We should have been dead by now. Ooh.
Hey, kiddo. How are you?
I'm good, Mom. How are you?
This trip might take a little longer than I thought. I'm sorry I've been gone so much lately, Logan.
Oh my god, Mom, it's not your fault people get all murdery.
The fact that she said people get all murdery, though.
Work stuff.
Right.
Like this is a game.
Dad and I are just watching the latest episode of Night Springs here. Mom, it's so good.
No spoilers. I'll let you get back to the
Uh-oh,
show.
murdery.
You're supposed to wait and watch with me.
Oh, that's not right.
I love you both.
This is what happens when you go on work trips, Mom. Love you too. And say hi to Casey. Tell him to stop brooding so much.
Logan? I will.
He's sitting in the car like,
Logan thinks you should try cheering up.
Snarky kid. Wonder where she gets that from.
It can't be a coincidence that another body turns up just as we arrive in town. Feels like the killer's leaving us a message.
I'm glad you're on this case with me, Anderson. It's right up your alley. You should take lead. Think of me as the backup.
Okay. Any words of advice?
Nothing that would cheer anyone up. Here we are. Cauldron Lake.
Cauldron Lake.
Time to get to work. A deputy was supposed to be here to show us to the crime scene.
Man, I thought about joining the FBI.
So where's the
Fill the
deputy?
requirements. Like they require you to be age 23. I think the youngest you could be is like 23. And you have to be 23 and older. And you have to... I'm not gonna read this because there's a lot of reading material, so you guys can pause if you really want to get immersed and read into it. I've kind of already read these already.
The Federal Bureau of Control? That's a new one. Toxic volcanic gas, huh?
The FBC is an obscure branch. It only shows up for unusual cases.
Well, what's so unusual about volcanic gas?
Beats me.
So this is the map. Shows the area. So I'm gonna kind of slide over the map a little bit. Here's the entirety of the map. We won't be able to go through everything here. We'll have to come back. That's a feature that I like about this game, is that you'll end up coming back. But one place I can tell you I didn't go through last time was the rental cabins. I honestly didn't want to sway too much here because I was scared it got really, really, really bad. But
Agent Casey, right? Sheriff Breaker said you'd be coming by to take over the case.
You're half right. Anderson?
Saga Anderson. I'll be
Saga Anderson, I'm in charge
You
here.
already know my partner, Alex Casey.
Shoot. Sorry about that, ma'am. I'm Deputy Mulligan. I just figured that, that, Federal agents right here, Thornton. My partner, Thornton, down at the crime scene. He's not what you call the sharpest axe in the shed.
Right here? What do you mean? Are they with you? Oh, shit! They didn't hear me, did they?
They didn't hear me. I'm big dead. Any witnesses to the crime?
Were there any witnesses?
Yeah, a couple out-of-towners. I wonder what they were doing sneaking around the woods at night.
Mention the city folk. It's pretty suspicious.
Not that we have anything...
Blaming the city folk
Right, Thornton?
means they have a big issue against city folk.
Took them back to town a while ago.
Take a look at the body.
What can you tell us about the crime scene?
Tell them about the heart.
Please don't tell me about the heart. That's the last thing I want to hear.
Well, we reckon there are some organs that are currently outside the victim's person when they should be, well, inside.
That is a very okay.
I want to see the
I have to do you guys' job for you.
Oh, sure, that's real simple. Just through the hole in the fence, down the hill towards the lake, around the old convenience store. You can't miss it. Everything's been closed since the area was fenced off. The store, the campground, all of it.
Mulligan, tell them I'm here, waiting. I'll show them around.
We literally can hear you, dude. Okay.
version of the Mind Palace technique. To sift through clues and work the case. Building the mind place again for
Mind Palace technique. I wonder if that's a real
using
thing.
each field office as a model in my head.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. So,
Facts are on the board.
all right. So I'm gonna run a little bit. Yep, this is New Game Plus. So, if you guys are playing along, with me in the game, you'll see there's a few things that you don't have here that I do have here. Well, if not, I will explain. So this is the mind place. Basically, when we play through the game, a lot of our progression as well as our interactions with people will be based on the evidence that we come up with, whether it be clues, actual evidence, or just, stuff we've seen that we'll have to place here on the board. Now,
Everything we know about the previous murders.
yeah.
Worth taking another look.
So the case board is a mental technique that allows Saga to analyze clues and progress the investigation. This is basically what I said. So this is basically an overview of... This is usually where your cases will end up at. I'm going to come back here because I kind of want to show you something else. So here's where the maps will be. This is where when you find different maps, they'll show up in the area. As you can see, this game's actually somewhat pretty decently sized. Considering that, you have all these other undiscovered maps, like I said. The radio, this you probably won't have until later in the game, I believe, simply because we didn't find one. So out of the entire game. So yeah, this is something that will appear later in the game. You won't have this at the start. So this, if you're again, if you're playing along, this would not be here. So don't be like, oh, what's happening? Yeah, that wouldn't be here. This again, this is a new game plus, but this is a different type of walkthrough. And then here are the weapon upgrades. Now, I've beaten the game, and this is the only gun I've actually ever upgraded because I don't, like I said, I didn't stray a lot from the path, so I didn't get a lot of manuscript pages. Manuscript pages are needed for you to upgrade your weapons. This is the only gun I've actually, if I remember correctly, I had upgraded. Because you do get other weapons during the game. I only upgraded the pistol. Maybe the shotgun, but just the pistol so far. But anyway, so back to the case board. So this is what the case board's going to look like. This is what's going to talk to someone, as you can see. These are already been done already, so there's not much we can do for this point. So this is basically what the case board looks like. Another thing is visiting the mine place does not pause the game, so be mindful of nearby threats. I've never had that issue, but if you tend to open up the mine place, do not use the mine place as a way to take moments to collect yourself. If you want to do that, pause the game.
I don't want to slow you down.
Are you thinking of retiring? You know what happens to cops who say this is their last case.
Mm-hmm. Real funny, Anderson.
This is gonna be fun. So yeah, how have you guys' weekend been so far? It's been pretty good. Or weekday, whenever this video gets dropped. Mirror Peak. I'll read some of these. So Mirror Peak, the mighty mountain in the distance, is no other than Mirror Peak, the iconic landmark overlooking Cauldron Lake. From the right angle, its beauty will be reflected on the calm surface of the lake, mirrored in all its inverted glory. Interesting. Mr. Sam Lake. I mean Alex Casey. I'm sorry to break character. Yeah. Oh. Okay, so that's cut off. Remember, you can quickly access the mine the map without entering the mine place.
Roger.
Like I said, we're just gonna do some investigation work, look around, find some clues. Waterfalls. Waterfalls. This powerful feat of nature will revive the spirit as it does the surrounding nature. The churning, grinding waters at the bottom of the falls resemble a mortar and pedestal, quite like the one which of Cauldron Lake is fabled to have used to travel through the night sky. Witches, traveling, sky, fables.
Is that a kid's lunchbox?
Okay.
An Alex Casey?
So my dad used to say, when the going gets tough, the tough gets going. Whatever that means. Not sure where the tough gets going, but maybe you'll find it inspiring.
Can't be a coincidence. Another message.
This is basically what this is going to look like. And then obviously here you have it. You have, we unlock that. So you have who left these. That's going to be a clue for us to find out. Bright Falls area and Cauldron Lake area. So there we are. So as you can see, we go on it and it gives us an idea in the area of how many of these lunch boxes we have to find. We're going to try to find all of them in each and every one of these areas. And we have 2 of these. So that's what I mean when I sit there and say that all of these things have something to do with the story, whether you think they do or don't. They all have some type of correlation. And
Not a bad place to get murdered.
she said, "Not a bad place to get murdered." I beg to differ.
Damn. Should have brought an umbrella.
I like the rain. The only thing around here that feels like home.
Yeah, a phone booth here, bro.
All had the sense to put up a tarp.
It did.
Yeah, so like I said, I'm just
It'll only take a minute.
looking around, exploring. I'm doing stuff I've never done before. So here's one of the things that's in the game. So all this area right now is pretty much cut off. The grayed area, this is just, so the gray area is pretty much all cut off for us right now. As you can see, yeah, we can't go any further. The water's too deep. So that kind of cuts that off. Yeah, that kind of cuts that off. So there's not much we can do there. Tut. Here lived the Witch of Cauldron Lake. Beware, her spirit may still haunt this place. You guys believe in ghosts and goblins? No? 'Cause I definitely do. Well, here's my thing that always, like, it was like one of the weird things. You have a table, you have a chair, you have, that, and then you have another chair, right? But there's no bed in here. This I'm not going to read. You guys can read it if you want to. Or pause and read,
A lunchbox again.
There's another lunchbox.
Who's leaving these out here?
Alex Casey. I know things can get a little crazy around here, but if you're ever feeling scared, just remember that Alan is watching over us. The cult of Alan. Zero store cauldron Lake.
Deputy Thornton, I take it.
That's me, at your service, ready to get this case solved. Now the body's behind the store. Come on, I'll show you.
Alright, but before we go check out the body, like I said, I'm checking out everything. Okay, so we don't have another case yet, but that's important for later. I think that's everything at the general store. Oh man, this place looks run down. Dodge. And oh man, we're gonna see a very gruesome crime scene. Gruesome crime scene. Cause with the crime fighters. Okay.
Step 1. Examine the corpse. Body is positioned on the table. Ritualistic.
You've unlocked the first key image. You can place it on the case board inside the mine place. Here we are.
Another body turns up just as we arrive in town. Coincidence?
Yeah. So placing a key item on the case board brings a new line of investigation. So basically, as we add, okay, and goals. So yeah. So as we add key items, which is usually will be these big pictures, then they'll come with questions. We have 3 things we have to find in order to answer this question. That's pretty much what this game is going to look like. So you can collect clues from the body to progress the investigation. So to progress the story, to progress your ability to move forward, talk to people, interact with the world, you have to find clues.
Inside stab wound. Chest cut open. Heart removed. The killer left the heart right next to the body. bruising over
Jesus
the
Christ,
cargo
bro.
straps holding him down.
Like, it's like I don't know about you guys, bro, but like, bro, I really don't like looking at that stuff. Like my body is starting to heat up. That's how you know. Oh man. But anyway, here's the. Oh my God. Okay, here's the Oh,
Heart removed from chest, strapped by the wrists.
I don't need to stop bringing up the heart. God dang.
But this time the heart and the straps were left behind. More clues to work with. This makes 4 murders that we know about.
Well, the clues you've resolved. Open the question and unlock the deduction as you advance the investigation. New questions will be unlocked, updating your goals. So, yeah, it's basically like I said, learn about the victim and the killer. So that's basically what this looks like. Pretty much, this is what the game looks like. Again, that's how you
Who is our
progress.
victim? Who killed him? Need to find more clues. Large amount of blood on the table. The victim died here. Multiple people were here. Multiple killers? Someone was drinking beer. They spent time here. Waiting. Someone left in a hurry. Knocked the tripod over. Was it for a camera?
They were trying to record this stuff. Is that what they call snuff films? I don't know what they call that stuff. Weird.
I want to walk around for a minute.
You know where to find me.
Wonder what's inside. I should take a look around for a way to open this thing.
Okay. So confused, follow the steps, wash the hands, take chicken out the fridge, and take a nap. And then you have this. So I'm gonna explain that in a little second. Hold up.
Creepy twig sculpture.
Yeah. Alright, so basically those are chests that we are gonna be able to find in the game that you have to unlock. They're usually gonna come with puzzles. Yay! Who doesn't like puzzles, right? So in order to solve those puzzles, we're going to have to interact with aspects of the world in order to, solve those puzzles and whatnot. Okay. So how do you like the knitting hero? I made it for you. Yay, you made it for me. With 3 manuscript fragments. You're the... it's not enough to upgrade my gun, but okay. But yeah, okay, here's cases. The Alex Lane lunchbox. Put that there. Okay.
Was he killed here? Or brought here after? For display.
And UFOs. Explain this. The answer to this is in this hut. Or this cabin. Whatever you want to call it. So they said to wash the hands. Was it wash the hands of the refrigerator in the bedroom, right? So you got wash the hands.
Hey, let's get back to work over here, can we?
Of course we can. I'm working right now. So there's that. Then you have the up down inside, and then you have. I mean, act like I know something. Okay, and you have that. Yeah, I act like I know something, don't I? So the first one was this. The second one was it's inside of each other, right? Pause. And then the other one was right there. Okay, cool. Do not take anything if you aren't one of the trees. So I ain't one of the trees because I don't stand like a tree. Right, gone. Okay, here we go. So
Any idea who the victim is?
Oh, I sure do.
movie's called Hard Boiled, by the way.
He was
Cop
FBI.
movie.
He came to town
Hong Kong movie.
13 years ago.
How young
I
buck.
haven't heard a word about him since. Well, until now.
Nightingale. Robert Nightingale?
Oh, yes. You probably know
See what I mean?
brothers in arms. Oh, and sisters.
Oh yeah, leave out the sister, of course. Okay, so clues can be discovered by speaking to people as well as examining your surroundings, which is what I said before. Again, that's how you progress the world. So we're gonna talk to Casey.
So you knew our victim.
Well, I didn't recognize him in his current state. But yeah, I ran into him a few times at Quantico. Never worked any cases together. After his partner got killed in the field, he went off the deep end. Got the boot pretty quick after that.
Nightingale went missing 13 years ago, 2010.
The same as all the other victims.
Certainly fits the pattern. Makes me wonder what was going on that year.
Probably something this town wants to forget.
Wonder what was going on that year.
Probably some.
Wonder what was going on that year.
Probably some.
So yeah, here we go. So the victim.
Robert Nightingale, ex-FBI.
See.
They planned for the murder to happen here, passing the time with equipment ready. They were waiting for him. But why Nightingale? He's been missing for 13 years. Why here? Why now?
Who knows? So profiling. Profiling. So basically, what profiling is it allows us to get into the mind of the killers. I love this aspect. I love, like, I've always been interested in criminal profilers. One of the shows that got me interested in criminal profiling is Hannibal, the TV show, and then there was also the movies Silence of the Lambs, Manhunter. Manhunter's an old film that my dad had, he had a DVD of that, so I loved it. And then Silence of the Lambs, my mom, she was a fan of that, saw it on TV. And then Hannibal, which came out when I was, I think, in middle school. It was Hannibal, and I loved how they came up with a whole new aspect of how Will Graham gets into the mind of serial killers, and kind of he empathizes with how they feel, and it gives him an understanding of why they did what they did. I've always kind of loved criminal profiling. I still do.
Agent Nightingale has been MIA for 13 years. How did he end up here?
Up from the lake that's not a lake. It's dark. He was there too. You are not allowed in the lake until he says otherwise.
Robert Nightingale came from the lake before his murder.
Now my question is, how, as a criminal profiler, criminal profiler? God, I can't speak. Criminal profiler. How is she getting that from intuition? Like, what evidence is what is she getting that from in terms of figuring it out? Because there's no evidence that shows that he's from the lake, unless you probably examine the body, see that there was he was in the water.
Some random act of violence. This was a ritual. A Nightingale a component. They didn't see him as a person. More like a container for something.
Disgusting. I'm yawning so much, and I slept so good, bro. I'm missing something in my. See, this is what happens when you don't, So yeah, here we go. See.
Let's take a look down by the lake.
See.
Lead the way.
Sounds good.
So that's exactly what I said there, and I mean,
Right.
that's exactly what.
I'll just wait here.
It's not that complicated. Nightingale was out in the woods alone at night, possibly nude. The killers knew he was here, ambushed him, dragged him to the campgrounds, strapped him to the table, cut his heart out. But then they were interrupted by those witnesses, the Bookers.
You got it
A
mostly
witch
right.
with no heart. A strange echo of owl murder.
I didn't know trees got that big. Gives me the creeps.
You need to get out more. Tracks. Barefoot. Nightingales? I think he came from the lake. But his tracks make no sense.
Hmm.
There's a piece of paper on the ground. A page full of text on one side. Not a printout. Written with a typewriter. Old school. Lines scratched out and edits added with a pen.
Like a manuscript. Page of a story. Killer left a message.
It's for us. The text is about us.
He don't. It's crazy how he legitimately looks like Max Payne, bro.
FBI special agent
Mr. Max.
And then
Be like Max Payne assisting the FBI now.
the first step down into terrifying depth.
You lost a lot of weight, Max.
Reading
the words.
These words felt like a message.
Felt like a message.
Someone knew they were here. Someone playing a game with them. An invitation. How could they not accept?
Even if they knew it would end up hurting them.
It's weird. Imagine having a story wrote about a scene that you were supposed to be doing.
Sick game with us.
You were right. This is right up my alley.
So,
Nightingale came this way.
here's the manuscript pages. So manuscripts show up right here.
Or the
This is the manuscript pages. And then, yeah. And then we have another profile.
We found a page in the woods. A story about these events. What is Nightingale's role in this?
I carry his words close to my chest now. Inside. Truth. You must dig it out.
Something was put
Wait,
inside
when
him.
people talk about, well, I don't like the inside of body. Like, I know we have that stuff inside of us, but it makes me queasy. Yeah, so manuscripts can be read inside Saga's mind place. So we can head back now.
Found all I can here. Time to properly examine the body. See what I can find inside.
I bent down to inspect the body on the table. Somehow it felt familiar. The straps, the heart, the mutilated corpse laying.
I don't think this was here.
Like deja vu. She chased the source of the feeling. Found nothing. None of the victims from her past cases resembled this one. It didn't feel like anything from her past. More like something from a dream. From a life she could barely remember. Maybe one that wasn't even hers. Then the feeling passed. Like a shadow in the trees shifting with the wind. Saga blinked, shook the feeling from her head. She turned her focus back on the work. There was a lot to do. Casing the deputy were watching her. She had a feeling this would be an exciting case.
That's weird. I don't remember.
I think something's been put inside
I
Nightingale's
don't think
body.
that was there before.
Let's tell the deputies to get the body to the town morgue.
I hope you didn't get stuck in any of those big puddles. Crazy flooding down there, huh? Just like I said.
Deputy, I want the body taken back to town for a proper examination ASAP.
Well, sure, but the coroner won't be back in town for another week after Deerfest.
Not a problem. I'll do it myself.
Oh, and Sheriff Breaker called to say he's got the bookers at the Oh Dear Diner in town. Oh, and I've got a key to the gate. It's a shortcut back to the parking lot just up the hill.
Why, thank you there, sir. Okay.
Thanks. Let's get the car, drive to Bright Falls, and talk to these witnesses, the bookers.
See, yeah, closed off the road.
Hello, this is Agent Anderson and Agent Casey, FBI.
Lake
We'd like
House.
to come in and ask a few questions pertaining to an investigation.
Yo, isn't the lake house from the first game where he stayed at? I don't know.
Nice talking to you, too. Seems like a nice town so far. Birdies aside.
Yeah, I think I might just shave.
Cute
What do you guys think?
Keep
Keep it or shave?
Now you're just being mean, Anderson.
Deputies aren't exactly up to the task, but hopefully the sheriff will be more helpful.
Not a surprise about the deputies. doubt they see much stuff this gruesome.
In a town this nice. Alright, so some of these lunchboxes I remember the locations. Some of them I don't. So we're all in this together, hero. Have a heroic day. Come on, bro. Does it look like we're heroes? We don't get heroes. We're the... Alright, so we found, I think, 4, so that means we have 4 left. Okay.
Here we are. Let's drive back to town and meet the sheriff at the diner.
Okay. Okay, so we're here.
I can't get that manuscript page out of my head. I've never seen killers reach out so directly before.
Damn impressive work so far.
Jesus, I'm yawning so much. This is so weird, bro. I'm the only person you know of, or you'll ever meet, that will literally sleep 12 hours and still find a way to yawn. Would be like, I slept 15 hours, but I'm still yawning. Look at my boy right there. He...
Need to swing by the lodge to get anything from the field office?
No, I'm all set.
I'll park there anyway. I want to walk to the diner, get a feel for the town.
Yo, for people that actually do jobs like that, how do you guys feel about that? Like, you know, you guys like it? You guys hated it as a way to just pay the bills, or what? I have to ask. Some people actually like doing their jobs, depending on what it is. But anyway, guys, so
Shouldn't keep the sheriff and our witnesses waiting.
I think I'm gonna call the video right now. I don't want to make the first video too long. But I think that was a good start. So I think I'm gonna call the video right now, and yeah, I believe, yeah, because our next stop is what, the morgue, right? Okay, so a little bit about the charm slots. So we don't have them. Are you serious?